Hello and welcome to our Wei Wei guide. Wei Wei is our legendary support hero in Elune. She's a phenomenal buffer who is good in any of the current content and also the Queen of Bubble Tea. She's free to play friendly and can be obtained from recurring missions of hard mode quests. So let's go over her kit. Her normal attack is a single damage attack that can hit the back line, which procs her passive S2 that gives an attack buff. I don't recommend skilling this skill up as it doesn't have much benefit other than extra damage on skill up. Her special attack grants a large physical and magical defense for 3 turns if unskilled up and 4 turns if skilled up. And when the target is hit with this buff, they do a massive heal. So this can be a heal from like 12k, and it can be procced multiple times per turn. This is an amazing skill to skill up, and I would recommend doing so. Now our ultimate is an AoE attack buff, which is arguably the best special in the game. Grants 50 to 90% attack for all allies, and is 1 turn base and 2 turn maxed out. This will also be refreshed on if the hero with the buff uses a special or ultimate ability. So I would recommend prioritizing this over every other single skill up in the game, because it can just add so much to your group if you're using Wei Wei as a character. Her passive 1 is a solid passive. It gives 10% attack to all allies except for herself. Her passive 2 is it gives an attack buff whenever she attacks with her normal attack to a random ally at 20% for 2 turns. Her passive 3 is while she's alive, when you have 2 or less souls, they gain 3 souls. So this allows you to use specials or ultimates on your team like repeatedly, and it's a real game changer. The recommended skill gems I'd say is either you can go all buff or a mix of buff and attack speed gems. For her skill slot 1, I don't really recommend going for the bonus, because first you're going to have to land a crit, and second it's only a 10% chance of getting 1 soul. Her skill 2, I'd recommend actually getting this one. 1.5% heal on it is not bad, and I wouldn't pass it up. Her skill 3, I would also recommend getting this one, because the 10% chance of damage reduction is actually pretty good, especially if you have heroes that synergize with buffs. So now we're going to go and talk about what she's good for. So she's good for pretty much everything. If you use her in adventure, you can push much higher content than you would have without her. And for fodder farming, she can actually be a really good fodder farmer, because she gives you that extra attack buff to your main DPS dealer if you run her in a duo, and then she also allows you to have a lot more survivability without bringing a healer, because they're going to get a large magic and physical defense boost and the heal when they're hit. For Chaos Tower, she can trivialize a lot of the encounters, especially when they start casting CCs on you, but we haven't seen the big pushes of Chaos Tower. She can also be really abused pushing Dimensional Rift, because with the buffs like 1 soul per turn, you can have your team always using their specials and having 100% uptime on the damage buff, increasing your clear speed a lot. For PvP, she can be super strong, because she can grant your team constant souls and has that health heal, and the huge boost to attack can make you one-shot the other team. It's actually kind of ridiculous. And as far as your gearing sets are going, gearing in this game is very particular. It depends on what content you're doing, and I'm really glad that you can unequip in this game. Some sets that synergize well with her, if you want her to be more tanky, you can use like Ulysses 3-piece and 6-piece, or you can use Forgotten Heroes to minimize the damage on her, since she's almost always going to be buffed. I think the Desert Emperor 3-piece set for healing works, and basically almost any set I would recommend other than the extra turn set, unless you really want that for quick clear times on certain content. That's about all for now. Thanks for watching my guide, and if you have any questions or comments, put them in the description below. Bye for now.